Hey guys, it's Christin Collins. Hope you're doing well. Have you ever had a situation where you made all these plans to have this experience or attend this event or connect with some friends, only to have things completely blow up and not be in your control? I had that experience happen to me this past week where I was heading to New York City, my favorite place on the planet, to meet up with my friends Mariama and Janet with Raw Real Talks. And I found myself, instead of going to New York and connecting with them and connecting with my stepdaughter Megan, I was diverted and completely sidelined to spend 24 hours in Detroit, Michigan. So think about a time for yourself when you had these amazing plans, you were so excited, you had done all the work, you had made all the right moves to be able to have this experience, and then only to have something completely take you off your game and not have that come to actualization. So it was super interesting, and I wanted to bring it into our shared community because I was on Delta for I think like 12 hours. It was forever. And I'm watching all the people around me literally have meltdowns, and there were real things that were going wrong, right? I know somebody was going to meet a grandbaby, somebody had theater tickets to Lion King that night. Like, there were real things that were really, really upsetting people. But I had to sit there on board this aircraft for hours and digest and just be present and breathe and say, okay, there's nothing that any of us can do about this weather that's coming through the Northeast. And there's nothing these poor employees could be doing about it. And if this was so important where I needed to be, maybe I should have left a day earlier. You know, what does the universe have in store? Why is this not working out? So what is your process for when you're experiencing life's curveballs? We've had nothing but curveballs for the past year and a half. And if we've learned nothing, we have, I hope, learned that there's a lot we're not in control of. So how are you showing up in life for all of those things that you're not in control of? Okay. And the stress that we put on our minds and our bodies and our spirit by trying to control all of this stuff that we actually don't control is so unhealthy. So I hope that our shared community is helping you sit in the present moment, calm, cool, collective, and in wonder. Just like my experience with going to Detroit, Michigan instead of New York City. And I have to tell you, the outcome for me was amazing. As I sat through the hours and hours and hours of uncertainty and back and forth and up and down and cancel, non-cancel, divert, and all that good stuff, I stayed calm. I was digesting, like ingesting Oprah Winfrey's new book, What Happened to You. So I ended up spending all of these hours that I was supposed to be running around New York City with Megan, and instead I was digesting this delicious content about what Oprah shares about trauma and how it affects the body. So I had this different experience than I was expecting, only to find myself in a hotel at midnight and getting this great night's sleep, and then waking up the next day and taking in all of Detroit, which is a magical, magical place that I've never been and don't know that I'll ever go back to. But oh my God, I had the best day ever, all by myself, you know, digesting all this information, having some great conversations with friends on the phone and strangers on the street. And so as I got back on the plane to go back home, because I was like, there's no sense in me going to New York because I was only going to be there for a very short time anyway. You know, I was sitting there in the wonder of the experience and like, why did that happen? What were the lessons? So when you're thrown off your game, are you letting go of what you're not in control of? And are you being open to what other opportunities the universe has in store? Right? And so what I found was the time alone and the consumption of new material gave me a lot of clarity about this next chapter that I want to step into and the next bit of work I want to do. And I took feverish notes, and it was just this great gift that if I hadn't had this experience, I wouldn't have taken the time I wouldn't have had the time to go ahead and have that experience. So on our shared journey together, I hope that you are finding ways to connect with self, to let go of things you don't control of, and to be in curiosity and wonder about what the universe is up to for you and why things are happening. And it's just so much calmer and healthier, and your gut doesn't hurt, and you're not screaming at, employees of Delta that don't deserve it like some of my fellow passengers were. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and what are some of your experiences of letting go of things you don't control, or maybe when you didn't do such a good job of that. And if you need support and help on how to shift your mindset and how to let go of things, my book covers all kinds of examples and ways that you can go ahead and learn to let go of things you're not in control of. And then as well, you could always go on my website, ChristinCollins.com, and find access to my new podcast series, which does include a great segment with Heather Christie talking about exactly this. And that's the shift of mindset and how we can let go of all the judgment and all of the crazy that we're not in control of. So keep in touch. Thank you so much for your communication as always. I love your feedback. I love your comments. I love engaging with you because it lights up my little heart and fuels my soul as well. And if you haven't already done so, please consider sharing this information with others so that together we can be a connected community that's supporting each other's journey to self-love and actualization. So until next time, be love. Bye.